Hello students, I welcome you to our English class on Madhu App. Children, we have been discussing about the trunk of Ganesha written by Jayant Mahapatra. Let's remember the main points that we have already discussed in the last class. Gobind Maharana and his son decided to remain awake whole night in the corner of a dark room. They kept a close watch on the intruder from that dark spot in the corner. Gobind took his night meals early, which he used to take quite late. The night was so dark that it was difficult to distinguish one object from others. The image of Ganesha stood as they had left it earlier in the afternoon. Now we will read the text. Huddled close to his father, Ranju's excitement had given way to a cold weariness as the night progressed. Perhaps the boy should be sent to bed, Gobind thought. He heard him yawning in the dark. The workroom remained still and quiet. The air was heavy, as though bound by invisible ropes to Gobind's guilt. Nothing appeared to disturb the silence. A few mosquitoes buzzed about them. Where was the intruder they had imagined? Wasn't it more likely an act of the supernatural? Soon the boy dozed off and slumped to the floor. Gobind was awake, keen to the sound filtering into the room. His eyes glued to the dark and to the silence. He put an arm around the boy. Time went by. Then there was a sound, a soft, distinct sound. The intruder. Gobind's heart thudded. His eyes met the unfinished eyes of the idol. His gaze swept across to the open window. There, between two vertical bars, was the unmistakable shape of a cat crouched, ready to jump. Unable to move, he watched the animal lithely leap across and land on top of Ganesha's trunk. A smile beamed across his exhausted face. He gently began shaking the boy awake. Now, children, we will explain the meanings of the difficult and unfamiliar words. Huddled, it means mingled or came closer. Came close. Next, yawning, it means deep breathing. We keep our lips or mouth wide open and take a deep breath. That is called yawning. Slumped means slept, fell, declined due to tiredness or fatigue. Next, thudded, it means made a sound of dull impact, have little impact. Crouched, it means bend down, to bring your upper part of your body down by touching your or surfacing your knee on the land. That is called crouch. Lithely, it means calmly, silently. Exhausted means tired. Okay, children, now we will explain each paragraph line by line with their meanings. Huddled close to his father, Ranju's excitement had given way to a cold weariness as the night progressed. Children, it means Ranju came closer to his father, Gobind Maharana. As nothing happened, night progressed, night continued, night advanced. Both father and son expected that the intruder would come, but nothing happened. As night progressed, Ranju's excitement became decreased and came down. Perhaps the boy should be sent to bed, Gobind thought. He heard him yawning in the dark. Children, yawning means wide open your mouth and take deep breath and sigh. So looking and observing this posture and gesture of Ranju, Gobind Maharana, his father, decided that it was the time to shift him, to send him to the bed. The workroom remained still and quiet. The workroom in which they were making the Ganesh idol was very silent, normal. Pin drop silence was there. The air was heavy, as though bound by invisible ropes to Govind's guilt. As if Govind Maharana admitted that he might have done a mistake for which the air was very heavy and his guilt was bound by invisible rope. Nothing appeared to disturb the silence. A few mosquitoes buzzed about them. Except buzzing sound of the mosquito, the room was calm and quiet. Where was the intruder they had imagined? Wasn't it more likely an act of the supernatural? When they were unable to find about the presence of the intruder, they admitted that it must be a state of supernatural. Next. Soon the boy dozed off and slumped to the floor. Govind was awake, keen to the sound filtering into the room. His eyes glued to the dark and to the silence. He put an arm around the boy. Time went by. Children, at first, Ranju sighed, yawned. Later, he slept on the floor. Then Govind Maharana was awake and he decided to remain awake the remaining parts of the night and will search and observe about the arrival of the intruder. Time went by. Time continued. Then there was a sound, soft and distinct sound. Distinct means differentiated. We can differentiate it. Very clear. Soft and clear, distinct sound. The intruder. Govinda's heart thudded. When a clear and distinct sound was heard by Govind Maharana, he thought that that sound might have created by the intruder. That may be a sign of arrival of the intruder. His eyes met the unfinished eyes of the idol. Unfinished eyes of the idol means unfinished eyes of the Ganesh idol. The eyes of Govind Maharana fell or met the eyes of the unfinished eyes of the Ganesh idol. His gaze swept across to the open window. There, between two vertical bars, was the unmistakable shape of a cat crouched, ready to jump. Then Govind Maharana gazed to the open window, particularly between two vertical bars, where he saw a cat crouched. Crouch means a position where upper part of our body will come down. In that position, Govind Maharana saw the cat. The cat was ready to jump. He was in a position to jump down. Unable to move. The cat was unable to move. The cat was between two vertical bars, was unable to move and was able to jump, was ready to jump. He means Govind Maharana, he watched the animal that is the cat. Govind Maharana watched the cat, lithely means lightly leap across and land on top of Ganesha's trunk. Govind Maharana saw the cat jumping over the trunk of the Ganesh. A smile beamed across his exhausted face. Exhausted means tired, very fatigued, gloomy face. He gently began shaking the boy awake. The boy means his son Ranju, who was asleep. He made him awake. When he saw that it was nothing but a supernatural, the person or intruder, they might be thinking responsible behind tearing down of the Ganesh, the trunk of Ganesh. It was proved to be wrong. Actually, it was a cat who was responsible for tearing down of the trunk of Ganesh. Then he made his boy awake because the real fact was revealed. Now we will discuss some questions and answers related to this topic. Write true or false in the brackets given below. Tell me, Tell me, children. Govind heard Ranju yawning in the dark. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. True. Then Govind was asleep when night progressed. Who was asleep? Yes, it is wrong. Actually, Ranju was asleep. It is false. Next, Ranju watched a cat crouched between two vertical bars of a window. Is it correct? Yes, it is wrong. Correct answer is Govind Maharana. So this is false. Next, a cat leapt across and landed on top of the Ganesha's trunk. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. True. Next, Govind put an arm around his son. Fine, very good. It is true. Next, answer in a word or a phrase. Who bossed about in the dark silent room? Tell me, what is its answer? Yes, it is mosquitoes. Very good. It was mosquitoes. Who was found crouched between two vertical bars? Who was found? Yes, the cat was found. The cat. Whose eyes met the unfinished eyes of the Ganesh idol? Whose eyes? Very easy answer. Tell me. Yes, Govind Maharana. Children, that's all for today's discussion. Thank you. Bye bye.